This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West, with more Q&A for the Power Project. We have a question that came in from Charles Ledbetter. Charles, his goal is to bench 500 pounds, and basically he's having trouble producing a lot of strength off the chest. He feels like he could be more explosive off the chest. Feels like once he gets the weights to around a 2-board range, that it's a done deal and that he'll lock it out. Charles sent me a video of his lift, and the main problem is your form and your technique. I am, for one, a person that hates talking about form and technique because I'd rather talk about just getting down and dirty and lifting some heavy-ass shit. But bottom line is, if you don't have the form and the technique, then you're going to be out of position. And when you're out of position, it's going to be limiting, even if you are very strong. I'll give you an example. We have a guy in our gym, Treston Scholl, who every single time he does a box squat, he performs it almost 100% to the T, the way that it was meant to be performed. And Treston is mobile, and also while being mobile, he's very strong. So he's able to perform the lift with a little bit better form than the rest of us. Therefore, he's a hell of a box squatter, and it's just going to continue to add to his regular squat. When he and I go head-to-head, I'm stronger in meets. I've done a 1,080 squat, and that's all that really matters is what you do in the meet. But he's done a 1,003 squat in a contest, so we're not too far off strength-wise. But Treston has... I'm sorry, I just discredited him a little bit. I think he did around 1,025 or something like that. So we're not too far off in strength, but with Treston's form, his ceiling is going to be much higher than mine. Mine will be a little lower until my form and my mobility and my strength keep going up. I could just get stronger. I could just keep getting stronger, but that's going to be a little bit harder path. It'll be a little bit easier to not only get stronger, but to also get better. You've got to remember that. That's one thing that lifters of today have failed to realize. Some lifters of today have failed to realize, I should say, because many of you guys have figured this out. A lot of young people in the gym think they always need to get stronger or they need to get bigger. But also, whatever happened to just getting better, whatever happened to just practicing, whatever happened to just doing the lift the right way, or taking a little step backwards to take a couple steps forward, basically. So in this case, I'm watching Charles do his lift, and he's coming down with the weight, and when he comes down, he kind of drops the weight down and then shoves it back up to about here. Let's see if I can get that in there. So, okay, he brings the weight down, he's kind of on one speed, drops it, throws it, catches it, and presses it. That is not a bench press, that is a heave. That is not a bench press, that's a heave. You need to learn how to bench press. You want to bench press, especially in training, and especially if you want to gain strength a little bit more with your arms and your lats. You want to control that weight. You want to have your shoulders pinched back, not up. You want to have your shoulders pinched down and back into the lat. Bring the weights down in here. You don't need to touch real low. That's a preference thing. That's going to depend on the length of your arms and all that kind of stuff. But Charles, if you want to get your bench up to 500 pounds, the first thing that's going to have to improve is not necessarily just your form, but your execution. There was a former Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the worst organizations in the history of sports. And they said, "What do you think about your team's execution?" And he said, "I'm in favor of it." I love that story. Anyway, back to your shit. To bench 500 pounds, you're going to have to improve the execution of your lift. You're going to have to not just practice, but you're going to have to practice perfectly to get better. And my first suggestion right off the bat would be to start doing pauses. Have somebody give you a press and be really strict with those pauses. So let's take a little step back. Let's start handling 385, 405, 425, somewhere in that range. And let's press those up real cleanly and press those up strong with some pause work. Also, pauses for sets of 3 to 5 reps will help a lot. I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully that covers it. Dumbbell work done real strictly will also help. You want to kind of pause those. Again, dumbbells should be done this way, not this way, in my opinion. keep them this way. Everything we do is always like this. You're asking for trouble to always bench press like that. Why not turn them this way? Make the lift a little harder. Get the shoulder in the right position. See how the shoulder flips into position there? If you hear a little screaming and yelling in the background, it's my kids. They're beating each other's ass in the background. So I better get going. That's it from supertraining.tv. Catch you later.